everyone, it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. How are you today? Today is Sunday afternoon. This is my second video I'm filming today, but I think this you'll see on Monday, and the other one you'll have seen yesterday of the local yarn store, a second local yarn store. It was fun to go to those two stores. So let's see. I want to welcome you to my channel. If you're new, thanks for stopping in. I hope you can come back again and again. If you like what you see here, please hit the subscribe, the like, the thummies, you know, all those things. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back all the time, again and again and again, and I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all your comments. Let's see, today's video is a yarn, complete just yarn video. I have some works in progress that I need to show you. One that I finished. I think it's finished. It's borderline finished. So let's start with that one. I've been working diligently on my not luck of the draw. This is Nana June's to the blanket design by Juan, the memorial blanket for Nana June. And it's a wonderful pattern. Juan the Yarn Addict designed it. Nana June was a wonderful subscriber and big supporter of Boggy Creek with our Boggy Creek Blanket Brigade. And Juan did a commemorative blanket design for her. We did not have a challenge to make the Nana June blankets, but a lot of people have made Nana June blankets, and several of them. And it's a wonderful pattern. It's cute and it's easy to remember, fast to work up. It's all double crochet stitches, so you get some height, but there's a lot of design, you know, in it as well. Juan did a great job. Then I think it was Miss Lady Hummingbird did a challenge to do a Christmas blanket, so I did a twofer and did the Nana June, and I did it in Christmas colors. And it is just about perfectly 40 inches across. And as I've said before, 40 inches for me is pretty much my like wingspan to just past my shoulders. And that's what this measures right now. And I did lay it out and measure it. And I was just crocheting and crocheting and crocheting. And I got to this part. And I had a skein of red, you know, and I thought, oh, I know it's getting close. I think I kind of want to put a border. Maybe I'll do, I think I have enough red to go all the way around. And I'll do a row of red. This is the red that I was using. And this is the green that's in here that I was using. I'm like, oh, I don't think I have enough green, but maybe I have enough red, and I'll just go around and do the red border. I mean, do the red stitch. Because throughout the blanket, the red and green are the cross stitches throughout the whole entire blanket. Red and green are the cross stitches. And what I did was, if I did red first, then I did green on top this row, then the repeat was green on the bottom and the red on top. So I needed to start with the red anyway, and I knew it was going to be close, but I thought I needed another round or two. And so I thought, well, I can get the red, and then we'll measure. So I put the red on, and I was like 8 inches shy of making it all the way across the blanket. But that's okay. I have another red big twist that I have in the bag. My bag is down here. I have in the bag with the yarns, and so I'm like, this is big twist right here in the middle. I know, I wasn't sure. This was a partial skein. Pretty close to full, but partial, I think. I know partial, but I think probably pretty close to full, maybe 3/4, maybe more than 3/4, probably more than 3/4. Anyway, it was almost a full, and I thought they were the same reds when I like, oh, I got a bunch of different reds in here. Here's a big twist. This wasn't in the same space when I pulled them out, and it's not the same color. So I went to pull these out because I had yanked these from my stash when I was home, because I originally thought that this would go maybe 2 rounds, and then I would dig into a different color of red, because my variegated yarn, which is a big twist winter in the color Trimming the Tree, has multiple colors of red in it and multiple colors of green in it. So I thought it's easier to see here, like the different, like this deep red, almost purple looking red, and then this brighter red right here. So I thought, well, I can use different colors of red when this one runs out after a couple of rounds. Well, that red went all the way to the last round, and I was 8 inches shy, so I went to pull out the other big twist, and I'm like, wait, those are not the same color. I do not have another color red. That's this bright red. I have a red that I'm using in my Luck of the Draw blanket, and that's not the same color red either. Because I thought, I'll steal from that one. I know I'm not going to use it all in the current Luck of the Draw blanket. So, to say the least, I have of the original yarns, and I'm going to stand up and show you the blanket in a minute, the completed blanket. In the original yarns that I pulled, I had these 2 that were in with that other green in another project that I pulled out. So I had those 2 still left. I had, this is the cream I started with in the middle. You'll see in the blanket, because I thought it would be too busy. This is the end of the first cake of the, the variegated, and this is the second cake of the variegated. So I have this much left, plus 4 skeins. I had started with 6 skeins of this, and I have 4 full skeins plus this left. And then of the other colors, so here's this 3 plus 1. This is a full skein. If you saw my last video, I used this to start practicing knitting on. I'm not going to use this to practice knitting on anymore, simply because I don't want to waste it. It's too nice of a yarn, and I don't want to ruin it by practice knitting. So these, I think I want to make a knitted blanket out of this for the back of the couch, maybe. It won't get done anytime soon. It's not probably even going to be started anytime soon. And I would love to think that I can make a hat out of this. A Christmas hat, maybe? A cowl for sure. You think? If I knitted and just knitted a little cowl, I could do it in these 3 colors. That would be pretty, right? Do just maybe just the garter stitch, the knit on both sides, because I'm pretty good at knitting on both sides. It's when it gets to the purling that I have trouble. But the stitch I really need to perfect is the purl, because I want to be able to do the knit a row, purl a row, knit a row, purl a row to make the V looking stitch. And I know it's got a name. I don't know what it is. You know, when you do that pattern, the V, you know, to make the V's that look like a sweater when you buy it at the store sweater. Why do I want to look like that? Because I love that stitch. I think it's very pretty when you put it in a sweater, and I would love to be able to make a bunch of sweaters out of that stitch. So I need to get the purl down. So I should probably put these together with my knitting needles and work out just purl stitch, purl stitch, purl stitch, purl stitch, which I do like the look of that when it's done as well. And that would give me good practice, and maybe I can make a little scarf. What I had in practicing, what I was doing wasn't wide enough to make a scarf, or I maybe would have continued it. I started with 20 stitches, then I lost a few. I don't know where they went because I didn't have any holes, so I guess I just didn't get to the end. I don't know how. Maybe I don't know. I'm not that good. But I'm thinking I'm going to use those 3 colors, and that's what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to attempt a little Christmas scarf or cowl for whoever wants it, if anyone. And the other yarns are going to go back in the car, in the stash in the car. And I'm excited to do that because that means that I get them out of here. And you know what? I'll probably throw this yarn in that cowl as well somewhere. You might not even know it's in there really because it's not that much, but it's just going to be a scrappy kind of, if it's a cowl, there's no end or beginning, so I can just like go until the color's gone, right? And which might be what I do. Start with the one and just knit it, purl it, purl it, purl it, purl it until I'm out of that color yarn, and then purl it, purl it, purl it until I'm out of the next one, and purl it, purl it, purl it until I'm out of the next one. And then maybe I will save this to use as a border. When I have wonky sides, I can just crochet a border. Do you knit borders? I don't even know. But I had originally pulled these colors in case I needed them in the blanket. So they're going back in the car. And these are kind of scrappy anyway. They're going back in the car. Or under the bed. Anyway, they're getting put away. That's the bottom line. I'm gonna put them in a resealable thick plastic bag, and maybe I'll even change out the bag that I have my luck of the draw blanket in and put it in my tote instead of in this plastic. But the clear plastic is good for storing it too, because then you can see what's in it. So let's move you a little, and I'll move me, and then I'll move you, and we will see what the blanket looks like all done. So here we go. We're going to turn you. You guys probably never seen this part of my camper, but that's the couch, and it looks directly. It's directly across from the table where I sit at when I film. And I always keep it covered because the couch itself is like a pleather. It's a soft plastic. It's real soft, but I hate the feel of it. I hate the feel of it. But this is what the blanket is looking like done. I really loved the red border until it didn't go all the way around. And literally, I'm telling you, I was this far away. I lost yarn chicken by that much. So, no border. And it is 40 inches. So it would have been more than 40 inches. And then I thought, well, maybe because I really liked the way it looked when it ended in the red, that maybe I would just put that red as like a single crochet border all the way around. But now that I'm thinking about making a cowl out of it, I do have other red, but I kind of just think I'm going to use that up and make a little scrappy cowl. And so we're going to call this done. I'm going to add it into the total, and I'm going to put it away. It's going to get put away in the car with the other blankets that go to Boggy Creek. And I think it looks good. I hope that Nana June would be proud. I hope that Miss Lady Hummingbird is happy with another Christmas blanket for Boggy Creek, for the camp. Because I am happy to have made that and to have it done. And so we're going to put this over here. Those things get to get put back in the car. Yay, yay, yay. And now I'm going to come back over here. And yes, I'm wearing my Boggy Creek Blanket. Boggy Blanket Brigade shirt. I do have an acquisition which I showed in my last video, so I don't think I'm going to show it again today. Or should I, in case you didn't? No, go watch the last video. You'll see it. You'll see what I buy at the yarn stores if you watch the yarn store videos. How about that? Oops, sorry, I banged you. But I'm going to put that in the car too, in storage in the car, because that's not going to get made until I learn how to knit better. The knitting and purling needs to be way better before I can use that bougie yarn I bought. which I love. That one yarn in there is just fabulous. Okay, so this is going to be the cowl now. We'll throw it on the couch too. Then let's show you. I shouldn't have even turned it around. So my Boggy Blanket, I haven't shown you for 2 weeks. I showed you the color, I think, when I had the yellow color, but I don't know if I showed you the 2 colors after that. Went red and then blue. So this is, yeah, this is my Luck of the Draw blanket. This is last week and the week before. I don't think I've showed you either of those, and I am loving it. So I should have just showed it to you while I was still standing up. Now I haven't woven in any ends because, as I've said many times, I do that at the end. When it's all done, that's the last thing I do. If I'm going to put a border, I like to try to just crochet over them and not have to do that, but this blanket won't get a border, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't generally ever need one. But I'm going to show you this because it's, well, Luck of the Draw is Mama Swift's baby at this point. It was started by Nan from Nan's Next Knots, but she turned it over to Trish, and Trish is doing a wonderful job at hosting Luck of the Draw Boggy style, which means it is a 10-week instead of 20-week crochet along. You can crochet any pattern you want. You can make anything you want. It does not have to be a Boggy Blanket. If you wanted to make a bigger blanket or anything that needed to be bigger than a 10-week crochet along, put 2 of the Luck of the Draws together that are Boggy style, or go back and watch Nan's, because I think they're probably still up. But you can make anything as a Luck of the Draw. Anything from amigurumi to tote bags to Boggy Creek blankets. I have made tote bags. I have made blankets, obviously, and I've made some Rwanas. I've made Christmas blankets in the past out of squares, and but since Trish has been doing it, I've always done Boggy blankets because, you know, I support Boggy Creek. Boggy Creek is a camp in Florida, Eustis, Florida, and it is for chronically ill children. I talk about it quite a bit. If you're new to the channel, click in the description box. There are videos. There's videos from Boggy Creek. There's videos, a million videos that we've talked about. There's a playlist of blanket designs that were designed for Boggy Creek with them in mind, but you can use those use those designs to make anything you want. Make a sweater, you know. And actually, this pattern is by Trish. She did Sweet Marshmallow Kisses, and everybody loved the pattern, including myself. But I wanted to do a row by row instead of in a square, and so I asked her to please make it row by row. I don't know that the tutorial has been made or modified from the original square to the row by row, but she will give you the pattern if you ask her for it. And I love it. It is soft and squishy, and actually my daughter-in-law has hinted about a sweater, a long, like, past your butt. I think she wants a past your butt, like maybe duster length, squishy sweater. And I thought, you know, I should probably make her one. Pink is her favorite color. This could be a really good, what do you think if you made a sweater and it was done in like panels that went this way instead of this way? Like for the blanket, it's pretty much going this way. What do you think if that was a sweater and you made the design go this way? I mean, I'm just squishing it up against me. It's like, this is squishy. This is really, really squishy. It is one of the squishiest designs, and it's fun and easy to do. Trish did a fabulous, fabulous job. I am doing this, all the colors, the camp has their cabins, the kids broken up into cabins, and the cabins are grouped in 4 different colors: blue, red, yellow, and green. I needed, to do a Luck of the Draw, you need a base the originally designed. You need a base color, which is my variegated, and then you need 5 other colors because she has 5 numbers. It's 10 weeks, so 5 colors make sense. 2 a week, you know, maybe or maybe not. Right now we've been lucky, we've done all 5 colors now, but I needed an additional color, so I threw the cream in because I had cream and I wanted to brighten up. I didn't know what other color to go with, and I thought the cream looked all right. And I've seen now one of the brigade made a blanket. I think it was the Nana June blanket, pattern, and she did it in the camp colors, but she used white, so much brighter. The white really does make a big difference. But since I have this color in there, this is, I love this yarn, Candy Stripes Cash or something like that, Stash. Such a great yarn for these colors. Just the perfect thing, I think. So this is what my blanket is looking like now. Boggy Creek blankets are 35 to 40 wide, 40 to 50 long. So if you're making a square, 40 is the ideal number. I thought my blanket wasn't going to be big enough, and I thought I was going to have to do an additional color row. And so I was just going to do a random number picker and do an additional row this week, and which really I should wait till the end, but at the end it's going to be right before Christmas, and I didn't want to have to mess with that, to be honest with you. I've got time now. Not that I don't have a lot of time on my hands, because I do, but I thought, I'm just going to do it now, and fake it till I make it if the color number comes up with Trish next time. So anyway, then I measured it, and it is actually 24 inches. So double that would be 48 inches. So I'm right in, I think it was like 23 and a half or 24 inches wide, or long. This is the length this way. It would go this direction. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna fit. I thought I had mathed wrong to begin with, or I, wasn't going as tall as what I thought I was. But let me hold it up for you over here. I am so graceful at getting up out of the bench. So it looks like this when you go with the width of it. And you see, if you get that 40 inch just past my, and that's what it's looking like. And I really like it. I like it a lot. And it would, actually the air is blowing on me sitting here. It's chilly. This would be such a wonderful, wonderful sweater. Oh my gosh. Just make some panels and put them together, Lynette, right? Why can't we do that? And make her a cardi. I think we could do that. Just when I need another project on my project list. So that's where we are with the Boggy Blanket Brigade. Luck of the draw. And see, it's living in this bag. Because these are, I don't know if these yarns will fit in that other bag. I think they will. And then I can, yeah, I think they will. I'm not sure. So that leaves, what does that leave me working on? The Grafgan. I did pull out another section. I did get another, I don't think I did get another, my background blue for my Grafgan. I have 4 of the graphs out of the 9 done, and this is what I had left of my first Jumbo Super Saver light blue. That's Red Heart, and so I know it's not going to be enough to do all 9. I got 5 more to go, so I had to buy another one, not a problem. And I pulled one out And I'm going to do this one next. Every day I say I'm going to start it, and then I work on something else. Oh, there it is. So this is, I'm going to do this next. It'll be fun. I'm very excited about it because I get to use the bright yellow and this really nice orange. And I think that's safety yellow, and I think it's varsity orange. I can't see the name on it right now, but I already have a little ball made up. A little bobbin color, and I have my new next blue to work with, so we're ready to go with that any second now. And then I have the sweater for Maddie, and finally I'm going to do that with the red, and I'm gonna knit a cowl. We'll see how that goes. And I need to speak with Lynanne because she wants to do a tote bag for when we go to the Fiber Fest, and I don't know when she wants to start that, but I need to talk to her about it because I probably have to get that started if I got all this other stuff going, or get these other things done, and then I can just concentrate on that, right? I don't know how people ever get done if they have so many whips. I can only do so many things at a time, or nothing gets completed, and I like to maintain it to like 3 or 4. Which is why probably why my wish list of things to make is 9,000 and growing, because you can only do so many things at a time. That's just all there is to it. And now another thing that's growing, because so this is the yarn that you'll get to see better. That's my gold yarn. When I get to be a good knitter, this is the yarn I get to use, and it's beautiful. So there's that. So that's another project on the list of projects ready to go for me to work on. I think everybody has that, don't you? Don't you all have that? That's what, well, it is. So anyway, that's it. You're caught up on my crochet. You're caught up on the yarn stores. You're caught up on the travel videos. I better get to work because then I won't have anything else to talk about for next week. But this video will come up Monday or Tuesday. I hope you had a great weekend. If there's a holiday coming up, we're not going anywhere. We had talked about going out to eat, but we decided to order in. We're gonna pick up a hot meal from Bob Evans. We'll let you know how that turns out. I can cook in here. And I do. Mostly we cook outside. Roy likes to cook. I'm so over cooking. I was so done cooking by the time my kids got out of the house. And Roy had learned to cook, and so he kind of does most of the cooking. But we looked at, like buying maybe just a turkey breast. I just don't think it'll fit in the oven. The oven is very small. He has like a deep fryer that you could, deep fry a turkey. He's done that many times, but that pot is really huge, and so we did not bring that because I don't want to have to worry about where we're storing that stupid big thing. And so then we thought, well, we could go to a restaurant, but most of them are, they're not taking reservations. And I don't want to wait 4 hours and standing in line to wait for not that I don't want to, I won't. I'll eat a turkey sandwich before I'm doing that. So then the option was, order in or not have turkey. There's other options you could do, but we decided to order in from Bob Evans. We have friends that have done that in the past, and they've been real happy with it. You can have like this whole big turkey dinner, and you pick it up the day before, and then you have to heat it yourself. It's cooked, but then you have to heat it yourself. I don't have the oven. Again, the oven isn't going to hold all that. And like it'll hold a 9x13 pan, but it's not going to hold anything that's going to be deep enough to hold like anything deep this way. So anyway, they are having a cookout here where somebody is frying a turkey and the campground is doing stuff, and you bring, it's a potluck. I don't always know how I feel about potlucks. So we've talked about maybe going and still eating our own food here. So we might do that, you know, to get a little socialization. If we do that, I'm going into Sam's Club and buying some like cupcakes, or somewhere, and buying like cupcakes as a dessert item and bringing that. And then we'll go pick up our Bob Evans and bring it in hot. We ordered, you can pick up hot food there. Like they have plated meals that you can pick up and take home. So that's what we ordered. And you have like a time you have to go pick it up. And we ordered about a week ago or better. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm sure it'll be good because, you know, it's turkey. It'll be fine. So that's what we're going to do. And if we attend the campground thing or not is, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. But I'm not cooking and he's not cooking, so there's a lot of not cooking happening for Thanksgiving. So I should have a lot of crochet time on Thanksgiving. I think there's going to be a lot of football for Roy to watch. Not the Browns because they play today. And I don't think they'll play today and on Thanksgiving Day. I don't know that I'll have a video up on Thanksgiving Day. Depends on what we do in the meantime. We're leaving here on Monday, a week from tomorrow. So there will be some packing going on soon. Getting everything put back in its place for travel. After sitting for a month, there's a lot of things that we have to get put back away in the right places. When you travel in an RV on travel days, everything has to be, you know, locked down. If you don't lock the door, like this door has a lock on it, locks it open. If you don't lock the door, it'll bang back and forth as you're as you're driving. And I forgot to lock it once, and in doing that, there's a dent in the wood over there where it banged, and it came off the hinge, and we had to take it into the shop to get it fixed. You have to make sure everything is locked down, and that's fine. I don't have a problem doing that, but there's things I haven't put away in a month. I took out the coffee pot, and now I have to take things out so I can put it back because I got lazy about making sure the space where the coffee pot goes stays clear for the coffee pot, because I'm not moving it for a month. I'll just throw the stuff in there instead of like put it away neatly. So now I'm gonna have to go in and put it away neatly so that I can put the coffee pot back where it's not gonna get broken, So that's how that works. So there's gonna be time to do that over the weekend so we can pull out on Monday of next week, a week from Monday. And then we'll go to Georgia for a couple of days. We're staying in Fort McAllister, and then off to Florida, where eventually we'll meet up with Lynanne and Nancy, and I'll probably see Bree while I'm in Florida. I hope, I better, and hopefully we'll see Billie. So we have Florida friends that we're gonna have, and definitely when we go to Boggy, we'll see, Billie. But I'd like to see her before then, meet her for lunch or whatever. I don't know how far I'm actually away from her, where we're staying. And the same with Nancy. I don't know how far. Nancy can travel too, though, back and forth, way better than Billie. So Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too, and Lynanne, Nina from Nina's Knots Crochet, and of course Billie the Crafty Floridian. Those are who I'm talking about. Bree does not have a channel. You guys would not know her. She doesn't do videos. But you've seen her, I'm sure, in the Boggy lives. You see her in there. She's a wrench for some of us. So anyway, that's what's coming up. That's what's been done and what's coming up. We're done. I'm all caught up. I will see you guys in the next video. So thanks so much for hanging out with me for a little while. Thanks for looking at my work. I hope that you come back again and again and again. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.